What is up, guys? It is Sunday the 9th of April and this is Snappy-Tech video number 200. I can't believe I'm saying that. We're gonna have a proper roundup video kind of deal with a bunch of stuff happening sometime next week, but right now this is your tech news roundup. First up, the lawsuit between Google and Uber kicked off the other day, and it was interesting because part of Uber's case that they weren't copying Google was that the files were sort of not touched by the Uber servers and they could prove that. Secondly, it was that Google used a single LiDAR setup whereas Uber used a multi-LiDAR setup. And thirdly, part of Uber's defense for how they could prove they didn't copy Google was that Google's setup was just so much better than Uber's. Yes, you're not hearing me wrong. Part of Uber's defense was, well, our system sucks, so we can't have copied Google's. Whilst being talked to, Andrew Lewandowski pleaded the Fifth Amendment. Now, if you're not aware of what that means, it basically means that people are allowed to not say anything out of fear of incriminating themselves, and they have a right to not self-incriminate. Therefore, if you think your answer is something that you might potentially be punished for, you can say, well, I'm not saying anything because I'm not allowed to incriminate myself. Well, you are allowed to, you're just choosing not to. And then on the other side, we have Uber who are saying, whoa, 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 Google, your quarrel is not with us, it's with your ex-employee. Go sue him. We have nothing to do with this. And that in this scenario is, strictly speaking, true. It's just a matter of finding out whether or not Uber A knew about it before, and B used the files, and though seemingly not, we can't be sure until the results are posted, so we'll have to wait and see. It must be really embarrassing to be whoever it was at Uber who said, wait guys, I have an idea, I know how we get out of this lawsuit. We just tell them that our system sucks, and therefore we can't have copied their system because their system works really well. Elsewhere this week we had the BAFTA Game Awards, BAFTA standing for British Academy of Film and Television Arts, and they showed off what they thought were the best games of last year. Now, some of these were kind of expected, with Pokemon Go getting the Mobile Award, and Overwatch getting the Multiplayer Award, but interestingly, it was Uncharted 4 which won the Game of the Year. I am a massive fan of the Uncharted series, and even though I don't own a PlayStation, I still play it sort of with at friends' houses and stuff, and I play it any opportunity I get. I've played through the story of every single game, which is a bit sad when you consider I don't own a console to play the games on, but that's not the point. The point is, the Uncharted series is a great series of games, wholly deserving of that award, but it gets a bit weird. One of the awards was the AMD Esports Audience Award, which fans got to vote on, and Clash Royale run it, and what? To some extent this makes sense because Clash Royale is played by something like 100 million players since it is a mobile game, whereas games like CSGO or League of Legends or Overwatch are very much PC oriented and therefore don't have as many players. And it's interesting for AMD because as the one sponsoring it, you know, that was the only game that isn't played on a PC, therefore an AMD processor. Oops. I can imagine there are hundreds of PC Master Race people right now typing away about how Clash Royale isn't actually a game and it's for noobs and it didn't deserve the award. They are all noobs! We are being overtaken by the noobs! Casual gaming is not gaming. Serious note, Nintendo Switch, top notch, got it this week, been playing it, so much fun. And finally, in a move that, I don't even know how to start this. In a move that was completely unexpected, I'm sure 99% of Apple employees also didn't expect it, Apple went on to backpedal about the current design of the Mac Pro. If you're not aware, a Mac Pro looks like this, you know, the charming trash can that is a computer. That's really fitting. In an interview, Apple Vice President Phil Schiller said that Apple had kind of designed themselves into this corner where they couldn't really expand upon the Mac Pro because they couldn't fit different components in it because it was just so trash can shaped. I mean, the fact that pretty simple. This piece of hardware is 3 years old at this point and still costs the exact same price as it did when it first came out, which is crazy for anyone who buys a PC, for example. Imagine if that happened with almost any other piece of technology. It's completely unheard of for it not even to be, like, touched for a full-on 3 years. As part of the apology, Phil Schiller did state that Apple are working on a better Mac Pro that will be fully modular, you know, like a PC, and will be released sometime next year. It's interesting though, because we get this rare insight into Apple. They're usually so closed about everything, which is the exact opposite of Google, for example, who have, you know, their everything with their X Labs, and they like throw projects out of thin air. They're like, hey look, we're doing this, and then it fails miserably, and then they stop doing it. Everyone's like, where'd that thing go? What? There's definitely balance to be struck, and Apple are slightly opening up, which is nice, I guess. And a new modular Mac Pro would be greatly appreciated, especially if they didn't charge £3,900. Now, it is worth mentioning that part of this announcement was that they were actually dropping the price of a Mac Pro. So the one that used to be expensive with the D500s, with two of them, that's been dropped down to a lower price and now only has one D500, where the higher price one now has dual D700 processors, which is great and all, but that technology is still 3 years old, with a device they're releasing like a week ago. It seems that, at least on the computer front, Apple are moving in the right direction. We'll have to see though, because, you know, you can only come out with a trash can computer once and be like, ooh, look at how cool I am. And hopefully we're moving into a direction where they're not selling things for £3,800 and it's a computer that I could build myself for like less than 1,000. But hey, it's got an Apple logo on it. What do I know? Anyway, if you like this video, make sure to click like. Do stick around because we have the mighty 200 video. Ooh, the 200 video. We have the 200 video coming soon, probably tomorrow, if not definitely Tuesday, but you'll have to wait and see. Got a lot of stuff going on right now, but it's almost done, which is really cool. So do like the video if you liked it, and you know, that encouragement is good. If you didn't, I'm not quite sure what you're doing here. However, there is good news, because you can click right here to see the previous video, and if that's not for you either, you can click here to see the video that YouTube thinks you'll like most. If you don't like either of those, fear not, because you can subscribe to see the future videos, including the 200 video, and I've said the word video a lot, so I'm just going to leave, and I'll see you guys next time.